Welcome to lesson number 4. We have previously suggested to download and install 2 software packages for using SQL language to inspect and extract data from the tables of a database. In this lesson, we are going to see how this software application works. The idea is to show to you the procedures used to access the clinical data, but also to teach you what you can do by yourself using software based on the SQL language. Our aim in this lesson is to show how to display clinical data from a database and how to inspect a large clinical data set. In this lesson, we will start using the SQL software that can download and install in your computer. If you have done so, please follow our example to practice and obtain the expected results. Our aim is to teach you how this software works so that you may directly analyze your clinical data or ask some of your collaborators to perform some tasks for you related to data analysis, data retrieval. After software installation, we are going to use a test database. Using the SQL Server Management Studio, we are going to open the test clinical database that we named bwell.mdf. As shown in this slide, this is the interface we see when we open SQL Server Management Studio. We have already loaded the files of the database bwell.mdf that you can download from the link provided in the platform and upload it in SQL Server Management Studio using the attached menu in the databases folder. The result is shown in the next slide. To see the database organization, we can use the database diagrams function. We can see graphically how the tables of the database bwell are linked. Let's now visualize the data contained different tables. For this task, we need to use a query to the database, as shown in the next slide. The queries for interacting with the database can be performed using SQL instructions. The SQL language consists in several instructions or statements. This is a language that is largely used in many clinical database management systems. The function of a query can be imputed in the program using the new query function, as shown in the menu here. The first query we can use is the query select. Let's use this query for inspection of data contained in the table patient data. The query we must use is the query select. The syntax of this query is select asterisk from patient data. The software recognizes the syntax of the query by the blue characters select and from. Using the asterisks, we are going to select all the fields of the table patient data. The result is represented here that we can see the table and the data that are stored in our database. Let's see now the content of the table lab tests using a new query. The query is now select asterisk from lab test table. This is the result we obtain. Let's now use the query select to retrieve specific data from the database. We would like to retrieve the laboratory test results of a patient that had test done on a given date. The patient number we are looking is patient ID equal to, and the laboratory test has been done on December 13th, 2021. We can use the query select to show all fields in the table patient data that belong to the patient with ID number 2. In order to select only data of this patient, we use the query select asterisk from patient data, where patient ID is equal to. As a result, we see the data of this single patient that are contained in the table patient data. As you can see, the patient ID is equal to that we can now look for the visits of this patient using patient ID value equal to, as shown in the next slide. The query I have written is to select from table visits the data related to patient ID equal to, and to order the data by date. You can see the result in the table below. All visits of the patient with ID equal to are listed. I highlighted the data of the visit performed on December 13th, 2021 that we can read that the visit ID of this visit is equal 21. At this point, let's retrieve the data of laboratory test that have been generated for visit ID equal 21. Using the query written here, we select only data of visit ID equal 21 that we then obtain, as a result, the laboratory test values of this patient for the date we were looking for. This is the set of clinical data we wanted to obtain. Thus, We have selected a patient from one table, a visit from another table, and a specific set of data from a third table. This can be done very efficiently even if the database is very large. In summary, we have seen how the data are related among different tables, how we can use the structured query language or SQL to investigate the data in a relational database. Finally, we have seen how to select data in a table using information about relationships among the data. Before processing to the next lesson, please answer the questions that you see on the course platform and compare your answers with the correct ones. This ends lesson number 4 and of Module 1. Please answer the questions on the course platform and complete the course with Module 2.